Hallo, ich bin's, Robin, Deutschlehrer mit Core Languages, and today I'm standing in front of one of the many churches in downtown Charleston, South Carolina. Charleston has so many churches that it is nicknamed the Holy City. It's a beautiful place, and if you've never been, you should visit. Notice that right before we visit a place or before we travel, we tend to look up things that we should do or could do while we're there. We're looking for recommendations. Well, when we say things like we could or should do something, we use what's called the general subjunctive with a modal verb twist. In German, it is the Konjunktiv 2 with modal verbs. Should do and could do and so on. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use the Konjunktiv 2, which is used to give recommendations or to give someone advice so that you can incorporate it into your German sentences. I would say, los geht's und viel Spaß beim Deutschlernen.
Modal verbs in the present tense subjunctive. Modal verbs in the general subjunctive or in the Konjunktiv 2 follow their own conjugation pattern. It is similar to the conjugation pattern of the simple past tense, but with umlauts. We use modal verbs to express the ability or inability, to give someone permission or advice, or to express urgency in a hypothetical manner when used in the Konjunktiv 2. The modal verb is conjugated and in second position in regular word order, and the main verb is placed at the end of the sentence in the infinitive. In a sentence, we would begin with the subject, then the modal verb conjugated in the Konjunktiv 2, then the predicate or rest of the sentence, and then the main verb in the infinitive. For example, zum Beispiel, müsste bald essen. He would have to eat soon. Müsste is the modal verb müssen conjugated in the Konjunktiv 2. And the second verb, essen, is at the end of the sentence. Here are the conjugations of all 6 modal auxiliary verbs in the present tense general subjunctive or der Konjunktiv 2. Feel free to repeat after me. Ich dürfte. Du dürftest. Sie es dürfte. Sie dürften. Wir dürften. Ihr dürftet, Sie dürften. Ich könnte, du könntest, sie es könnte, Sie könnten. Wir könnten, ihr könntet, Sie könnten. Ich möchte, du möchtest, sie es möchte, Sie möchten. Wir möchten, ihr möchtet, Sie möchten. Ich müsste, du müsstest, sie es müsste, Sie müssten. Wir müssten, ihr müsstet, Sie müssten. Ich sollte, du solltest, sie es sollte, Sie sollten. Wir sollten, ihr solltet, Sie sollten. Ich wollte, du wolltest, sie es wollte. Sie wollten, wir wollten, ihr wolltet, Sie wollten. The modal verb dürfen, to be allowed to, in the general subjunctive or Konjunktiv 2 becomes dürften, would be allowed to, and it is used to express permission. Remember the word order when using a modal verb. First the subject, then the modal verb, and in this case conjugated in the Konjunktiv 2, then the predicate, and then the main verb in the infinitive at the end of the sentence. Zum Beispiel, dürfte Fernsehen. He would be allowed to watch TV. Du dürftest nicht ohne Reisepass nach Brasilien reisen. You would not be allowed to travel to Brazil without a passport. The modal verb können, can, or to be able to, and the general subjunctive or the Konjunktiv 2 becomes könnten, could or would be able to, and it is used to express the ability or inability or to give permission. Zum Beispiel, for example, könnte fliegen, wenn Flügel hätte. He would be able to fly if he had wings. Du könntest hier parken. You could park here, or you would be able to park here. Sie könnten nicht im Bus rauchen. You, sir, or you, ma'am, or they would not be able to smoke on the bus. Möchten is the general subjunctive conjugated version of mögen, to like. Möchten means would like to, and it is used to express a possibility, a like, or a request. Zum Beispiel, ich möchte nach Mallorca fliegen. I would like to fly to Mallorca. Möchten Sie etwas trinken? Would you like to drink something? Müssten is the general subjunctive or Konjunktiv 2 conjugated version of müssen, must, or have to. Müssten means would have to, and it is used to express a strong obligation in a hypothetical timeline. For example, zum Beispiel, wir müssten unser Haus verkaufen. We would have to sell our home or our house. Sie müsste nicht weggehen. She wouldn't have to go away. Sollten is the Konjunktiv 2 conjugated version of sollen, to be supposed to or should. Sollten means would be supposed to or should, and it is used to express an obligation, give someone advice, or express an expectation. For example, zum Beispiel, du solltest dich besser benehmen. You should behave better. Ich sollte die Katze füttern. I should feed the cat, or I would be supposed to feed the cat. Wollten is the Konjunktiv 2 of wollen, to want to. Wollten means would want to, and it is used to express a desire. For example, wolltet ihr Eis essen? Would you want to eat ice cream? Wollte Deutsch lernen. He would want to learn German. Let's practice. Üben wir. Choose between könnten, could do, and dürften, would be allowed to. Du wählen, wenn du Staatsbürger wärest. The correct sentence is, du dürftest wählen, wenn du Staatsbürger wärest. You would be allowed to vote if you were a citizen. You may notice that könntest would also work. You could vote, or you would be able to vote. Ihr leiser reden. The correct sentence is, könntet ihr leiser reden? Could you speak more quietly? And how about these two examples? Choose between wollten, would want to, and könnten, would be able to or could. Freundlicher sein. The correct sentence is, könnte freundlicher sein. He could be more friendly. Du im Stadtzentrum wohnen. The correct sentence is, wolltest du im Stadtzentrum wohnen? Would you want to live in the city center? This sentence could also mean, did you want to live in the city center? Because the conjugation of wollen in the simple past is also wollten. Look at the following sentence and choose the correctly conjugated form of möchten, would like. Sie möchte ins Restaurant gehen, or sie möchtet ins Restaurant gehen. The correct sentence is, sie möchte ins Restaurant gehen. She would like to go to the restaurant. And how about this example? Choose the correctly conjugated form of sollten, should do. Du sollte dich entspannen, or du solltest dich entspannen. The correct sentence is, du solltest dich entspannen. You should relax, or literally, you should relax yourself.
Vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. I hope you now have a better understanding of how to use the Konjunktiv 2 with modal verbs. As always, if you have more questions, feel free to comment, or if you're interested in joining one of our German courses with a live instructor, feel free to message us directly. Das war's. Vielen Dank und bis zum nächsten Mal.